How's it going, everyone? Jesse Slamorella here from Super Slam Bros Metal Distro and my band Humanectomy. I'm here to do a unpackaging video with you today from CDN Records. I've already took the liberty of cutting it open and everything so that we don't have to waste time doing that, so I can just get right into it. First up, I got these guys. Oral Fist Fuck with Spiritual Sickening. Pretty darn good. Been listening to it all this morning. Checked out a couple of their live stuff. And yeah, really good brutal death metal with some odd slams here and there. And if you haven't checked them out, definitely do it. I believe they're from the Czech Republic. I don't know, whatever the CH stands for, that's where they're from. Really good band. Glad I got it. That's what the inside looks like. Kind of a neat little tribal symbol thing there. I guess that stands for spirituality or spiritualness. Probably what it is. Very good stuff. Next we have the new album by Traumatomy, Monolith of Absolute Suffering. Haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. It's on my list of things to do. I got quite a bit going on this week and just haven't had time to listen to my new slams yet, unfortunately. But I'm assuming it's just going to be brutal as fuck, just like the other Traumatomy albums are, which I need to get. This is my first official Traumatomy album that I have. I have a couple other splits with them on it, but this is the only first actual full-length album I got. Really good stuff. Check them out if you haven't already. Next in the box I got Vomit God, Anal Pustules of Society. These guys were shockingly good. When I first heard them, I kind of passed over them really quickly and didn't really pay too much attention. I'm sure I found that they were decent and talented and stuff like that, but it didn't really stick with me until a couple months later when I gave them a re-listen to, and I was like, damn, there's some really groovy slams in this, really heavy guitar work, the growls are insane, and just kind of really cool artwork if you can see that past the glare on the camera. Pretty neat. I like it. But yeah, good stuff. This is what the inside looks like if I can open it up. Boom. That's it there. Lots of glare. Check them out. Vomit God, Anal Pustules of Society. Next one is kind of an odd one. I do believe Count Blagoroth actually did a review for this, or if not, just kind of mentioned it in passing. I think he might have done a review for it, though. This is Scalpels' Sorrow and Skin album. I kind of just found this while browsing random shit on YouTube. It's really good. Just straight up death metal with the odd brutal death metal hint in it, I think. I'm going to have to listen to it again to be sure, but definitely had to get this. It was something that was just kind of itching in the back of my mind. It's like, you gotta pick this up, pick it up next time. So I'm like, yeah, threw it on my list, and yeah, good stuff. Check them out. Not your average kind of brutal death metal or slam. Like I said, it's more just plain death metal, I think, but you might like it. You might like it. Next up, this one. I believe these guys are from the States. This is Stages of Decomposition. When I first heard these guys and kind of heard their name, I kind of was a little harsh in my judgment upon them. This is the inside, by the way. I just kind of thought, Stages of Decomposition. It's like you couldn't have thought of a more, I don't know, original name. It's just like, you're just like, yep, everyone has different stages of decomposition in their band names, so why don't we just call it Stages of Decomposition instead of like rotting or you know, whatever the other stages of decomposition are. I've seen band names with each one of them. But I just kind of thought it was not so original sounding name-wise, and I just kind of, like I said, judged it too harshly at first glance. I believe I did listen to the music, though, and I thought, yeah, it was good, but I kind of just like shrugged it off and didn't really think too much of it and went on my way. But once again, a couple months later, my tastes matured or changed, or however you want to look at it, And I just found this stuff really, really good all of a sudden. And just some of the samples that are in there The artwork kind of struck me as a bit of Texas Chainsaw Massacre looking, and there are, I believe, one or two samples of that in here, and I'm just kind of like, how did I pass that up? Most likely just because of the name and my disdain for it at first, and I don't know if I said it or not, this is the Piles of Rotting Flesh album. I don't know if they have any other releases, but it was really good. Glad I decided to give it a second chance, and it's worth picking up because I did. So check them out if you haven't already. Next up, been meaning to get this one for a while. Zach Shaw, really good musician and talented artist and everything like that. This is Phalloplasty's Systemic Mutilation. Sorry, I believe this is his second full-length album. The other one, like all red and black, pretty much art. Can't remember what it's called, but I'll probably eventually pick that up too if I can find a copy somewhere. He had Systemic Mutilation shirts available, and I didn't have the money at the time, and I wanted to pick one up, and I think the shipping and stuff was just ridiculous to send it from the States to here in Canada, so I had to pass that up, unfortunately. But I'm glad I finally got a copy of this second album of his. Really good stuff. Check it out. This, I believe these guys are from. Okay, that's not right. It says Islington, Ontario, Canada, but I think they're from like Indonesia or Japan or one of those overseas places. This is Throb of Offal with the Moss Funeral album. Really good stuff. It's more like gore grind kind of style, with the brutal death metal and slam sound thrown in. Really good stuff. I think this was pretty independent released. I don't know if they actually have a label backing this or not. Probably not. It's probably just by themselves. It's really good. Pumpkin Pie Studio. Yeah, it's just two guys in the band. I'm just gonna take out the booklet here for a second and just kind of show you, just because they're really neat. They kind of flew under my radar, and I just kind of was scrolling through all the stuff on CDN Records discographies and stuff like that, and just kind of stumbled upon them and checked them out on YouTube, and I found I really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's just the two dudes there. One guy that does the vocals, and the other guy that does like the guitars and drum programming and all that. Nice Vomit Remnant shirts he has on there. But yeah, good stuff. Shockingly decent, and if you are looking outside of the realm of slam and brutal death metal, but still looking for that really extreme, raw kind of sound, go check these guys out. Glad I got this. Once again, that's Throb of Offal, or Awful? Throb of Offal, I think. Moss Funeral. Next up, this is really good. This is some groovy ass fucking slammy shit. Colposcopy's Ready for Gore. That Not Safe for Work cover there. Got her guts and her junk hanging out all over the place. But yeah, it's really good. I checked it out on YouTube once again way back. Downloaded it onto my iPod to check out and sample, and as soon as I heard it, I listened to it probably on repeat a few hundred times, and was like, yep, this is definitely going on my next order. Had to get it. So good, so totally worth it if you like really groovy slams with hooks that really get your head banging and memorable. I mean, I can't remember any of the riffs at the moment, but like you'll subconsciously be humming them, and you'll be like, where the hell did I hear that riff, and why am I humming it? Well, it's more than likely, if you've heard this recently, that would be why. So yeah, Colposcopy, Ready for Gore. Good stuff. This next one's really cool. This is Afterbirth's Feticidal Embryo Harvestation Demos compilation. It's got Psychopathic Embryotomy from 1994. The 4 tracks from that. It's got a Rehearso demo from 93. It's got 3 tracks on that. And it's got 2 live sets, one at Barnaby's and one at Melted Earth Metal Fest. So yeah, pretty sick. These guys were old school ass slam. Probably one of the originators in the area. I believe it's from New York. I'm probably wrong. I should probably check that out before I start saying where they're from. But yeah, really good stuff. Really just kind of raw production. But what do you expect from a demo? Our demo from Humanectomy is probably going to be pretty darn raw sounding. They've got like a little description there thing by the guys from Internal Bleeding saying how good these guys are and how glad they were to play shows with them and such. Yeah. Yep, New York. Afterbirth crafted brutal New York style death metal. So yeah, that's what this is pretty much all about. Really good stuff. Pretty old school. Sick little inside booklet art. It's a digipack, by the way. I don't even know if there is any digitals or anything like that available, or jewel cases available or not, but that's what I got from CDN Records. Really cool colors. Love the mix of the purple and the green. It's right up my alley. Definitely check them out. What's we got here? Oh, this. I didn't actually know what these guys sounded like, and I've seen this floating around on CDN Records discographies and stuff like that, and I'm just like, it's under the death metal section. These guys are called Drowning in the Plate? Plot? I'm going to say Plate. Platte. And then this is their album, The Flood. This is more than likely their first one, as it's on a Light Scribe DIY disc. It's got that blue background. I don't know if you can see that. It's not silver. It's your recordable disc. But that's cool because they did their own Light Scribe thing on it, their logo and the title of the album and such. The booklet is just like a one-page leaflet, little pamphlet. It's pretty thick. I got number 86 out of probably 100, maybe 200. I don't know how many copies they made, but mine's 86, so that's pretty sick. That's the front of the album there again. Drowning in the Plate, The Flood. I don't know if I listened to this yet or not. I'm still, I think it's good. I think it was definitely worth the money regardless. Either way, at least I supported my local music, as it says there on the back. Support your local music. Buy their shit. Don't just burn it. Because music worth listening to is music worth buying, my friends. And finally, last of my package here. This is Syphilectomy's Circumcised Abominable Deformity. That's pretty messed up. I don't see any circumcision going on the front cover, but hey. Album titles don't always usually go with the album art, but that's the way it goes in brutal death metal. These guys are brutal slamming death metal, though, not just brutal death metal. There is a difference, by the way, besides or between brutal death metal and slam. I will probably be doing a video in the future talking about the difference between brutal death metal, slam, and deathcore. Pardon me, because some people still don't know the difference. I know when I first started getting into the extreme music that I was kind of having trouble discerning what was what. I got gore grind and slam and brutal death metal all kind of jumbled up and mixed together. I didn't quite know the difference at the beginning. But once people slowly explained to me what bands were what, and I started figuring out what riffs and styles make those genres unique, it was easier to pick up, and I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm getting it now, and it was more and more discernible. And I hope to be able to explain that in a better way in the next following video. So thanks for watching. This was the unboxing of my CDN Records package. He normally has deals anywhere from 50% to 70% off of everything he's got in stock, minus a couple, one or two really special items that he can't really let go for too little of a price. He gets them as is. Sometimes he doesn't get them for retail value. Sometimes he buys them just like we have to buy them and has to sell them at like a price where he's not gonna, lose money because he's a business. Anyway, check him out. I'm probably gonna send the link in the description. And that's it, folks. Stay sick, and I'll see you next time.